Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know. Now.
Is that real? I can't tell if that's photoshopped or not.
I wish I could say that I didn't know, but I'm pretty sure this is real because she definitely looks like one of those types of people who would be like saying this. She also looks like she would say the N-word a few times, you know.
Makes you wonder how the court would react to defending a woman. Well, it depends on which area.
They would be like, "This is a touchy subject."
Yeah.
So, we're gonna try to just ignore it.
We're gonna ignore the ruling.
It's gonna be a female judge, and she's gonna be like,
Rainbows for everyone.
She's a woman because she said she's a woman, so she's a woman.
I mean,
and
there was that
the
guy
woman's gonna
that
be like, what the fuck?
There was that guy that changed himself to a woman on his birth certificate to
Oh yeah, just
get
to
his
get
children back. So you know.
So I mean, if that worked,
why would they not ignore the look of the man-woman, that pervert man-woman that undressed himself in front of a teenager?
The courts have been just subverted. Whatever the word is, it's not really what it is supposed to be anymore because well, they are in there. They've gotten their way in there because idiots are taking the wheel.
Yeah.
And they're the ones with power. That's kind of the bad part about it. So
does not work anymore.
Yeah. So now, as you can see, this chick loves a certain thing about black people, and therefore she can say whatever she wants to say.
That seems legit to me. That right there is more official to me than a college degree, James. Would you agree?
Totally.
Yeah.
Might as well, because a fucking college degree is worthless.
I mean, honestly,
worthless.
It's about as worth as much. Yeah.
Worthless. To be honest, I wish when I was at the college going age that I had learned how stupid college was. But of course, everybody around was like, "You gotta go to college, college." I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And then, well, I was lied to the first time that I wanted to do my thing, and so I didn't get to do what I wanted. And luckily, I had a backup. Hey, but it still didn't matter because whatever. It's a scam. Now, it's kind of ironic that this one came up. Once again, I literally don't have any control of what order these bitches go into.
It's a sign.
I wish I could.
Get it?
But
it's a sign.
Right? This part, right? What was it? Well, I guess I forget if this happened yesterday or if it happened 2 days ago. But 5 police officers killed an innocent black man in the street. The only thing is, they were also black.
They were also black.
But you just look at the video because it's pretty bad, right? There's a few videos. This is the clearest one I could find that actually you can see what's kind of going on.
Yeah.
The other ones are kind of like shaky and they're just like and I'm like,
had body cams or
yeah, the body cams were just like so shaky. And I mean, I guess you'll see why the body cams are so shaky, but the body cams are just really shaky and it's like really difficult to see what's going on or like understand. I don't know why they pulled him over. I don't know what happened beforehand. I don't understand. I don't know why this, happened, but yeah, so we don't need sound, but basically this is pretty fucking bad, right? So the dude, they're holding him down, right? And they're just taking turns, just like punching him, right? They're just taking turns, just beating his behind, like in the middle of the street, right? Of course, before there was still more. They also tased him. They pepper sprayed him while he was on the ground. Like it was very bad, like all the way through, right? And like he was calling for his mother, like "Mama." It was pretty bad. And this wasn't one of those situations where I'm like, what was going on beforehand?
Right.
Because, well, one, I don't know what was going on beforehand, and I haven't really been able to figure that out yet. It's probably out there, and I just haven't found it yet because it's just happened.
It's being like covered up by all the noise right now.
Right. But I mean, kind of doesn't matter what happened beforehand because it's not even like the cops were
This guy
taking care of this in the proper way.
Yeah, this guy is restrained 100%. There's 4 of them.
Right.
They are just beating him. And it doesn't even look like he's trying that hard to get away in this.
I mean, he's just like, they're just holding him and they're just like, bam, bam, bam. And I think this is after they were already like, he was on the ground. They were tasing him, pepper spraying. He's like, what? Like, I'm trying, like he was trying to get up. I don't know. Once again, I don't know what happened beforehand, but still,
I mean,
they are
this guy's
doing
restrained.
way too much.
Guy
Like
is
they are
100%
doing
restrained.
way too much. Like this looks like gang violence right here. If I'm gonna be real with
I mean, that's all the police are at this point. But
at this point, it's I'm just saying. I mean,
that's all the police really are.
now, of course, weirdly enough, even though this didn't happen with the BLM guy, which you would have thought that it would happen, but I wonder why. Is it because everybody saw that he was actually the person doing something wrong? Probably. But almost immediately there were riots. Like after this, he was okay. So what happened is first he was like critical condition, and then he died, and then after he died, the riots
The riots immediately started.
immediately. And this dude, this guy right here, I believe he's the we talked about him before. He's like the BLM leader in New York, like the BLM chapter, however the fuck they work. He's like the head person in New York. So obviously he's out there, you know, he's out there doing the shit. So New York, this wasn't happening in New York, right? This was happening in, I believe, Georgia. I want to say it was
Land of Georgia?
Yeah. So the area, wherever it is, black police officers, black area. The police chief is black and a female. So it's all black people.
That's a double whammy.
It's all black people. There's not a white person in sight. Racism.
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 Doesn't even matter. Racism, right?
Doesn't matter how many. Oh my god! And the protests started.
Yep. I guess these are the peaceful ones, right?
Well,
But then there's that.
I'm waiting for them to turn violent because.
And then there's, you know, all of these, you know, blocking the street type things that end up being no bueno because people are like, you're not making people.
Oh, that sucks.
You're not putting people on your side when you're like annoying people in this manner. You know what I'm saying? Once again, yes, it's sad that it happened.
It
but
sucks.
a person died that you don't know in another state that you don't live in.
And you're causing a ruckus for other people.
Right? You can say something about it.
That's great. Great. Protest. But do it in a way that would make it clear to people, but also isn't gonna
piss people off because then people are just gonna not care.
Yeah, I mean, people are just gonna dismiss you as the villains, or it just sets a bad example.
This one's in Memphis. Okay, maybe this one happened. Maybe this happened in Tennessee. I forget where it happened. As I said, I just found this, so I didn't get all the information. Yeah, like yesterday. So it either happened in Georgia or Tennessee. I want to say Georgia because it was like the whole cop thing was black. Like they were all blacks. They're all like black people. So it's like, you know. Then of course on CNN, the police who killed Tyree Nichols
might have still been driven by racism. Come on.
But they might still have been driven by racism.
More like their freaking violent impulses.
Yeah. Now, funny thing is, right? You think this is stupid, right? Sadly, I don't have this one, but I read somewhere else, heard somewhere else, found out somewhere else that even after everybody saw that the 4 police officers were black, they said it was racism that they killed him, and they said it was also racism because since the police officers were black, that's why they are being punished so quickly. Still racism. So it doesn't fucking matter. It's gonna be racism no matter what happens.
Georgia started with a shootout and the police returned fire and killed him.
Georgia started. Oh yeah, okay. Georgia was the other thing. Georgia was the Antifa people. That's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
riot.
yeah.
And so this one must be something. This must be from somewhere else. Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I remember that one. That one was the police. The police were creating a new police station, or like a police school or something.
Yeah.
Some with the police. Antifa didn't like it. They went over there, started shooting. The police shot back, killed a dude, and then Antifa was like, "We're gonna burn the place down because you killed."
We covered this last week.
And it's like it was actually this week, but I was like,
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
yeah,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. And I'm like, what? Like
So much stuff that happens.
nobody's gonna be on your side, right? And nobody was on their side. Only a few, like one area that had the right, the little burning of the car. So they're like, okay, that one didn't work. The BLM dude dying didn't work. So we need another one. This one. Oh yeah, this is gonna really get them. We need to pump this shit out in the media
We need
as
to
hard
make
as we
it
can,
as about as much race as possible.
and we need to say it's still racist
Bad things on all sides, but make it.
because these motherfuckers are so stupid
Yeah.
that we can still call it racism, even though.
Police were getting the guy out of the woods, and he started shooting. You talking about the Antifa guy?
Yeah, that's yeah. But this one, I still don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what the.
Squatters in the woods.
Oh.
Wow.
Well.
That makes sense. Antifa, they just be wherever
just
the
exist.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they make this one about racism, even though it's literally about it's all one race. It's all one race, but when you're in the police station, I guess you're considered white or not black or whatever. I honestly don't understand it. I mean, I can understand if you're like, I don't trust the police, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really trust the police either. I understand there are some people who are police officers who are not good or not bad, but I kind of feel as if they are just purging all the good police officers and they're only bringing in the ones who will do whatever they'll say. They'll do whatever stupid shit they say.
And you know, I mean, the argument could be made that there are good ones, but there's so much proof of all the corrupted ones happening. You know, more and more. Like,
well, what I'm thinking is that, so one, if you're a good one, or if you're a good cop, right? The only way you can be good is if you actually are like, hey, these people are being corrupt, and I've got to, expose that, right? And be like, these police officers are bad at me. So if that happens, then more than likely you are going to be the one that gets in trouble. So what happens? The good police officers just sit by and don't say anything or do anything, and then just to let the bad police officers do stuff.
Yeah. But
so that kind of
becomes a bit of a almost a paradox.
Yeah, it kind of becomes an issue when there's like, now all of the actual good police officers are like 1% of the entire police force, and then the rest of them are bad. So you pretty much are kind of, you got to either get out of there or maybe make your own. I don't know. I mean, the police chief probably has to be the one that makes sure that there aren't any bad officers. But
but when you hire a corrupt police chief, or because like there's a lot of politics in any police station that you go to.
Yeah,
doesn't matter where. I have heard anecdotes from at least 3 people that I've known from that worked as police officers in my
right. Now, this thing that Kundalini said, in California, they're trying to hire illegal aliens. Yes, they are. Mm-hmm. And illegal aliens have no loyalty to this country, so
they're just going to do whatever.
They'll do whatever the fuck.
Well, they're going to do whatever they tell them to do as they get paid to do it.
Yeah, they won't care. They'll be like, okay, whatever. Shoot the people. Okay, I'll shoot them. I don't care. They'll probably shoot them even without being told. Well. Now, Jane Fonda says something stupid, and I just had to post this because I don't know. It's just kind of random, but it's stupid. It's really stupid.
You can take anything, sexism, racism, misogyny, homophobia, whatever, the war, and if you really get into it and study it and learn about it and the history of it and everything's connected. There'd be no climate crisis if it wasn't for racism. You can
What? Can you play that back? Do that one more time.
Anything, sexism, racism, misogyny, homophobia, whatever, the war. And if you really get into it and study it and learn about it and the history of it and everything's connected. There'd be no climate crisis if it wasn't for racism.
Oh, yeah.
You can take...
Yeah, climate change. Yeah.
Climate change is happening because people are racist.
Oh, God. Like what?
Apparently.
Like what? What the fuck? What the fuck?
How does that work?
What the fuck?
Exactly.
It doesn't. It's a retardation
Can someone tell me that?
that people have.
Thank you once again for watching, but please go subscribe on Rumble, Odyssey, and Utreon to see more content that we cannot put on YouTube. Also, check out our GameSanity channel where we play live streams of different games, and the Oreyo Show where we have a podcast about current events and interesting topics going on in the world today. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.